Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Here are the top stories of the day as covered on Mega News. A Frontex vessel sank yesterday afternoon outside the port of Megisti on the southeastern Aegean island of Castellorizo after striking a reef. According to authorities, 5 people were on board the vessel when the incident occurred. Passengers included 4 Estonians, among them the Estonian ambassador to Greece and 1 officer of the Hellenic Coast Guard serving as a Frontex liaison. Reports say the vessel struck the reef and later sank. Fuel leaking from the boat caused a fire on the water's surface. All 5 passengers were injured in the incident, one of them suffering a serious head injury. Rescue teams responded to the scene and the passengers were recovered by a patrol vessel and a catamaran. They were initially taken to the health center on Castellorizo. 4 of the injured were later transported by a Hellenic Air Force Super Puma helicopter to a hospital in Rhodes. A 14-year-old boy is in intensive care after suffering a serious head injury in an electric scooter accident on the island of Corfu. According to reports, the teenager lost control of the scooter while riding with friends and fell, striking his head. He was initially taken to the local hospital on the island where doctors diagnosed an epidural hematoma, a type of brain injury caused by bleeding between the skull and the brain. Medical teams performed emergency surgery before arranging an air transfer to the Hagia Sophia Children's Hospital in Athens. The boy is currently intubated and receiving treatment in the hospital's intensive care unit. Family members say the teenager was riding downhill when the scooter's handlebars began to shake, causing him to lose control. His father told local media that no other vehicle was involved in the accident and that the boy was wearing a helmet. The darker side of AI reared its head at a secondary school on Crete as reports surfaced that at least 2 junior high school pupils used AI tools to create altered photos of their female classmates and teachers, turning them into lewd images. The incident occurred at a school in the Heraklion prefecture, where 8th grade students first took photos before processing them through a specialized online platform to alter them into pornographic images. They then circulated the fake images among themselves until they eventually were reached the victims. Some of the photos were reportedly taken during a school trip outside Crete last week. Yesterday morning, the father of one of the pupils seen in the images notified school administrators. 2 male pupils are reported to have admitted their involvement, while staff members, assisted by child psychologists, are now seeking ways to manage the situation in order to protect both the victims and the school environment. A man has been arrested in the northern Athens suburb of Kifisia after police discovered fragments of ancient amphora at his residence. Authorities say the 50-year-old suspect was detained following a raid by officers from the Kifisia Criminal Investigation Department on March 14th. The search took place after police received a tip-off. During the operation, officers found 10 fragments of underwater amphorae. The items were seized for examination. According to authorities, 4 of the fragments date to the Hellenistic period, 4 to the Byzantine period, and 2 to the modern era. The suspect now faces charges including misappropriation and violations of legislation protecting antiquities and cultural heritage. He has been brought before the competent prosecutor. Officials say the seized artifacts will be processed in accordance with procedure for the protection and preservation of cultural heritage. Authorities in Greece are investigating an unusual discovery following the exhumation of a body on the island of Evia. The incident occurred in a town in northern Evia where cemetery workers exhumed the remains of a 46-year-old man who died in 2020. During the procedure, workers discovered a metallic object among the remains, later described as a pair of surgical scissors. The exhumation took place after the legally required burial period expired, which in Greece is typically 3 years. Police and judicial investigators have now launched an inquiry into how the object ended up in the grave. Authorities are examining the deceased man's medical history in an effort to identify any previous hospitalizations or surgical procedures. Investigators are also attempting to trace the origin of the scissors. Officials say they must determine whether the instrument may have been left inside the body during a medical procedure or whether the discovery could be the result of another case. These were the top stories of the day as covered on Mega News. Thank you for watching.